Hi, so I fixed my camera. It's not going to be sideways anymore. You're going to be directly looking at what you see, which is great. I'm back. This time I'm doing the Seven of Cups, or chalice, the Seven of Swords, or daggers, and the Fool. I will break these down into videos as I go along. So first I'm going to be working with the Seven of Cups, and then following afterwards. So let's begin. Again, I have the Sweet Twilight, Nicoletta, I don't know how to pronounce the last name, Sisoli, whatever, St. Petersburg, and Zombie Tarot. So to begin, I'm going to talk about Sweet Twilight's Seven of Cups. This is very, very different compared to what I'm used to seeing with the Seven of Cups. This is a representation of what you see is where you get your choices from. So how you interpret things is where the choices lie. You can choose to see yourself half dead. You can choose to see yourself moving into a new realm. You can choose to not see things. So this is where the choices come from with this deck. And certain symbolisms are in here to suggest that you're probably not making the right choices. We see some wild brush or some like wild plants or whatever. This is giving idea to wild ideas. You're far out there in your thoughts processing. It's blocking the light. So again, I would say you're not being positive in this situation. Skeletons are about skeleton symbolism. As you can see, it is her. She's got like this hair thing going on or whatever. It's about underlying truths. And for the fact that it's submerged and we're seeing it in the reflection of the water, again, I see this as she's not looking at her underlying issues. There's also symbolism in the fact that she is looking down into the pool of water. If anybody knows the story of Narcissus, he was focused too inwardly about his outward appearance. So that led to danger. He ended up drowning himself. He was too focused on his outward appearance. And this might be the same situation for her. What she's seeing, it looks like she's seeing her internals, which is bones are the strength. They're what keep us together, keep us strong and moving. But it looks like maybe this is all that she is seeing. She's not seeing the little bits that make up who she is. So I also see that the water is in motion. This isn't a still pond. Hopefully she is changing how she sees things. Next up is the Nicoletta. First and foremost, does anybody else see Alice here? Of course you do. She's dressed up like Alice. We're seeing the white rabbit with the red eyes. So Alice is about confusion. It's about too many choices. It's about, up is down and down is up, and not exactly knowing what route to go. And this is usually the feel that you get with the Seven of Cups, I imagine. White rabbits are symbolism of like manifestation, which is a great idea for this as well. You can manifest your choices by the actions you take to get there, right? It's also about luck and chance. White rabbits are also symbolism of turning points. So making a decision can bring upon a new change and in direction. This isn't just about adding fortune to your current path. It's about changing a path. As well, we're seeing some of these holes are empty. So it might not be a great venture, right? She's sitting. This would suggest that now is not the time to act right away. Let's think it through. Let's pause and make the right choice. This isn't about rash decisions. Next up is the St. Petersburg. This is very, and like I said before, the St. Petersburg is a good representation of the traditional. He looks a lot alike what the original Rider-Waite looks like. However, we do see some differences. He's got some patchwork on his clothing. This would suggest to me that he's coming from not a privileged place. He doesn't have everything he needs, kind of thing. So this can be choices of extreme opportunity. However, some of these look like positive, some of these look like negative. They could be interpreted differently. I'm seeing treasure here. That's about abundance and fortune. I'm seeing a castle here, which could be about bringing on power, leadership. I'm seeing a snake here. That could be about flexibility, adaptability, or even danger, right? Like snakes are definitely dangerous. Stars are about hopes and dreams. So if you're reaching for your hopes and dreams, they may not actually be real. So he's facing away from us too, which suggests to me that he's not paying attention to a full picture. He's like in awe of his choices that he does have. So if you're missing things, you might make the wrong choice. I would very much prefer to see them turned and looking, because then they're seeing everything and they're not turning their back on things. Then this is one of the few liked cards that I have in the Zombie Tarot, and it's just because I don't really connect. It looks like there's a crystal grid. I've never really worked with crystal grids before. I did look this up, and this looks like apparently the crystal grid of abundance. So that makes a lot of sense, right? She has an abundant amount of choices here. I'm seeing a crosshairs design here as well. And that would suggest to me that you need to focus in and make a choice. Don't expect to hit all your choices. You can't just grab and run with your hands full kind of thing. It's about being more direct and working in that regard. But however, it kind of looks like you could run into every choice here. So I really feel like not all choices are closed off, but first you need to focus and you could actually end up with the entire set, so to speak. So there you have it. I hope you liked what I suggested here. Let me know. Bye.